Hi, welcome to Lynette's Beauty Box. Let me turn on some lights. It's a little dark tonight. Okay, so just to begin with, I want to say I was inspired today to do my makeup look on the eyes from my shirt. So I'm really liking the look I came up with. Now, I did do this look at like 11 o'clock this morning, and it is now 5:35. So it's wore pretty well. I was going to tell you what I used, but I don't see it on my desk. It is so messy and horrible. So it was the Catherine Lights collab, the So Jaded palette that she did, that I keep on promising people that I'm going to do a review on it and swatches, and I haven't got around to it because I'm a lazy bitch, and I've just been wallowing in my own self-pity. Yay me! No, but seriously, I love you guys, and here's to you. I told my husband, I said, I am going to pour me a glass of red wine, and then I'm going to go film. This is going to, just to let you know, a little FYI, this is about the weight loss, how we're doing with it, and everything. And he was like, but that's not wine. And I'm like, no, but if I want to pretend that my light grape juice is a glass of red wine, which I can't currently have because of my surgery and healing and everything, plus it would get me drunker than a dang skunk, then that's what I'm going to do. And he said, well, it's not red. And I said, it looks like red wine to me. I am the kind of a wino. I do like a nice glass of wine every once in a while, mainly with pasta, but I'm not allowed to have that either. Okay, so let's get right into it. So as of last Friday, I have lost a whopping 51 pounds, which means that Marty owes me the Natasha Denona palette, and the one I want is the Lila palette, so he better be getting his little fanny down to Sephora. Not this month because we've had lots of drama. So after I did my giveaway, I was waiting on one thing to come in the mail, which it did. And when we went to go to the post office, my credit card didn't go through. Well, actually Marty's, because he's the keeper of the money, whatever. It turns out that someone hit our account and they took $50, which I know is not that much, but it is when you live on a fixed income like we do. So I have yet to mail that out. We're waiting on the card to come in, so I will be mailing it out soon. The winner will be getting a couple extra products just because she's had to wait so long for it, and I am so sorry about that. Anyhow, so we called the card company and they told us that we had to wait until the pending transaction cleared, which it did a couple days ago. In the meantime, we found out that the person who took the 50 also tried to charge our account for another $100. And whatever this is a recurring charge. Well, I haven't spent any money. Marty hadn't spent any money because basically that was like the rest of our money for the month. And so we got the money back. We're just waiting for the card to come in and everything's all good and whatnot. But I ran an intense scan on my my computer here. Oh. And because I was afraid that it might have been like a purchase that I had made, you know, someone like maybe a Trojan or some type of bug had gotten into the system. And then I realized, well, I don't use his card for anything. I use his bank card, but I don't use his VA card. So there I was sweating it out for a while, thinking that it was my fault that this happened. Which I guess it's that time of year where people want to be thieves and steal your money. And the card company was like, if because we had to dispute it and all this other stuff. They were like, well, if we catch the guy that did this, do you want to press charges? And we were like, yes, absolutely, without a shadow of a doubt. You know, I mean, it's pretty sad when someone is, you know, going after retired folks who don't have a huge amount of income and they're still in their last bit of money. That's just sad. Anyway, I digress. Okay, so let's talk about the diet. So I have progressed from starting out when I had the surgery the 27th of September. When I came home, I was on a full liquid diet. And that was for almost 2 weeks. And then I was, you know, to a soft diet for 2 weeks. And then after that, I was advanced to a regular diet. Now, I have learned some things along the way that I'd like to share with you. So if there's anyone out there who is thinking about having the Roux-en-Y gastric bypass, with this particular surgery, you have to be aware of the fact that you will be on probably about 5 or 6 different vitamins that you will have to take every day. I have to take a multivitamin twice a day. I have to take 6 calcium tablets a day. And these tablets, and I am not joking by any means, they're that long and about that thick. So, and I have trouble swallowing them. So it really affects my gag reflex. I'm going to be switching to chewable calcium and see if that's a little bit easier for me to take. Now, also, I have noticed that my palate has changed a little bit. I crave spicy food, which, now let me tell you, I don't like spicy. I mean, I like spicy. I just can't tolerate it. I never have been able to. I mean, up until the last year, I hadn't been able to eat bell peppers. I had a bad experience when I was 15, and let's just say Pizza Hut and the bathroom was involved. But so this year, and I'm 47, and this year was the first year I've been able to actually eat them and where they didn't bother me. So I've been craving a lot of weird foods. I don't get hungry, which most people are like, that's great. You know, you don't get hungry. But the only problem with that is that, so I don't have those natural urges. My body doesn't say like, oh, if you're hungry, you should eat. Which means that where you would get hungry several times a day, and know, well, you've got to eat breakfast, you've got to eat lunch, and you've got to eat dinner. I have to eat 5 times a day, and since my surgery, I have been hungry 1 time. And let's just say I didn't make good choices. Wendy's was involved, and some very spicy jalapeno fries, which I just tasted the sauce, and then my face burnt off. But I found that I can't eat ice cream or any types of frozen yogurt, frozen custard, anything like that, that melts down. I can't eat it like right after, like if I have like a couple of nuggets and then have like a Frosty or something from Wendy's. Needless to say, it doesn't go well. And as they say, you know, what goes up must come down. Well, what goes down will come up. So that was fun. Um, a lot of the foods that I used to be able to eat and I love, I can't eat them anymore. So, no bread. None. The reason for this is that the bread can ball and it can clog your food tube. Now, when I talk about a food tube, we're talking probably about a tube that, is the diameter of that brush right there, that handle. And so if you clog your food tube, for one, you're going to be in severe pain. You're going to be throwing up. You're going to be nauseous. It's not fun to have, from what I understand. I've never had this happen, but I'm very careful about, you know, I don't want a blockage. So no bread, no pasta. Let's see, no chips, no crackers, no pastries, cakes, none of that. And part of the reason for that is because I can have the max amount of fat is 5 grams per whatever I'm eating, and 5 grams of sugar. If I was to eat something that was rich in sugar and fat, what would happen is something called dumping syndrome. And yes, honey, it is exactly what it sounds like. That's another, you can't drink 30 minutes before or after you eat for the same reason. Your body food is going to move through faster. So you're going to have absorption problems. So you don't want to flush away the food before it has time to absorb. That's one of the reasons that anyone who's had this gastric bypass surgery has to take vitamins for the rest of their life. And I'm not talking for like 6 months, a year. No. The rest of your life, every day, rain, shine, snow, sleet, hail, every day. And if you don't, things can happen like your hair can start falling out. Well, I've already experienced a little bit of that right after the surgery, but my hair is starting to get back to normal. So there's obviously going to be an absorption problem. Like I have said previously, my stomach is the size of a golf ball. You can eat about 4 ounces of food. After you're totally healed, you should be able to eat between 6 and 8 ounces of food because your pouch will stretch a little bit. But you don't want it to like fully stretch because then you're going to undo all the surgery, all the things that the surgery did. Now, the one nice thing in this is that my diabetes is now under control. My blood sugars are good. They're about 120. Since my surgery, I've had to take insulin 3 times. They took me off metformin, Amaryl. I still take Victoza every day. And I did find out that I thought that I was just going to have to do the protein drinks, like when I was in the full liquid and the soft diets. But I did find out recently that no, I'm going to have to do that for a while since I need to get 60 to 80 grams of protein a day. I'm still struggling with my liquids. I don't like water. Water is not my friend. Now, yes, water is our friend. We all should drink more water. This is true. But this is something that I struggle with. And when my nausea is really bad, which has been a lot lately since the surgery, the last thing I want to stick in my face is water. For about a month, everything, and I'm talking everything that I stuck in my mouth caused me severe pain. And sometimes my pain control efforts were quite in vain. It is getting better, however. I did have some salad for the first time last night, and it was glorious. I could live off of vegetables because, well, I just love them so much, but not being able to have a salad has been really rough on me because you're eating the same thing pretty much all the time. Protein, vegetables, protein, vegetables. And you can only eat a very tiny amount of food. I have been getting a little exercise, but it has been kind of at a stalemate for a little bit. I have something wrong with my leg. Pardon me just a moment. I have had pain in the back of my leg, whether I'm standing, sitting, laying down, doing cartwheels down the road, what have you. About 2 inches above my knee for over a month. I did see my regular doctor, and she did not think it was a blood clot. So I am going to see a vascular surgeon tomorrow, and he's going to take a look at my legs. So my doctor thinks it might be varicose vein. I've never really had like really bad varicose veins that I'm aware of. I mean, I don't know. But it has been hurting, and so that's lovely. But on the brighter side, I have lost 52 pounds, and now I need to find a tailor in my area because all of my clothes are now 2 sizes too big. I can work with jeans, you know, I can use a belt. I don't like belts, but if need be, I can do that. But my shirts, I'm going to stand up and I'm going to show you what I'm talking about. This shirt that I'm wearing, when I bought it, it fits snugly. And I think it's just a beautiful chiffon, and I love the neckline and everything. But it definitely needs tailored. Okay, so it's not supposed to be that much too big. I have to go bra shopping soon because now all of my bras are too big. I know. Terrible problems to have, I know. But, so that's been fun. I am going to start going back to the gym this month. It's getting cold here, so walking outside can be a little hazardous if it's raining, snowing, ice. Missouri is infamous for having the weirdest weather imaginable. Now, when I lived in California, the weather was, you know, it didn't get real crazy, you know. But here, they have a saying. They say, wait 5 minutes, and it'll change. And they're talking about the weather. It is totally bizarre. It snowed here Monday, which kind of, it was kind of icky because although I wanted to go out and play in the snow because, yes, I'm that bitch who, loves snow. But Marty was like, no, you have a sniffly runny nose. You can't go inside out and play. So I was like, okay, I won't go outside and play in the snow. We're really excited. Our daughter is coming for the weekend with the baby. So that's going to be a blast. Now, I have been making some weird food. I tried cauliflower rice, and the texture is right on. But if you're just eating the cauliflower rice, it's just like eating some weird cauliflower. So unless you're like me and love cauliflower, I wouldn't suggest that one. We had pizza and from Pizza Hut. I know, the crust, right? Well, I did the next sensible thing because I really wanted some pizza. So I just scraped all the toppings off and ate them that way. Didn't eat that crust. I did try a bariatric recipe and to make pizza. And instead of a crust, I used a portobello mushroom cap. I tried that. It wasn't bad, but it wasn't, I wasn't like thrilled over the moon. So I don't think I'll be trying that again. I've been looking at cauliflower pizza crust. I could buy it in the store pre-made, or I could make it. The only problem with making it is it has like 5 million steps, and I am just not that patient. So, are you planning on doing a big Thanksgiving this year? Tell me what you're going to be making in the comments down below. I was not going to do Thanksgiving because it's so close to my surgery and I struggle with portions. Even now, I struggle with portions. Even though I've been like, oh, I ate too much food. I'm in so much pain, I want to die. And yet, I've made that mistake about a handful of times. I've been eating the same way and cooking the same way for 47 years. And it's a big lifestyle adjustment. It's not just, having some surgery, oh, you're going to lose weight. No, it's nothing like that. You're not just, having things change in your body. You're actually having to change your entire lifestyle. So I had to change when I ate, where I ate. I have to learn how to go to a restaurant and order food, which we just end up sharing food if we go out. And then he has to order something that, doesn't have breading on it. It's not deep fried. So no pasta. So most of the time we just end up, instead of going out to eat, we just stay in and cook something at home because right now eating out it's very difficult. It's hard to go to a restaurant where pasta is not served or they don't fry things or that doesn't have breading on them. And I like to really get creative with my food. And I like to try different types of foods and experiment in the kitchen. And when you go from having a huge repertoire in your recipe book to a very small section of things that you can cook and eat, it kind of, well, let me just put it this way. It's damn depressing. I mean, I would love to be in the kitchen baking and, making these comfort dishes. But right now, I just can't do that. And I have to remind myself that, yes, I have had to give up a lot of the things that I love, but those things made me fat. And basically, what are you willing to do to get healthy? So I had to say to myself, Lynette, what are you willing to give up to be around for a long time for your family, to get healthy, to be here for your granddaughter, for your children? So at the end of the day, yes, I've had to give up a lot of things and change a lot of things and the way I do things, but I definitely feel like it is worth it to me. So I hope this video has been informative, and if you're thinking about weight loss surgery, or even if you're not, comment down below. What do you think about the using surgery as a tool to help you achieve your weight loss goals? So I want to thank you all for joining me this evening. And until next time, I love you guys. Oh, and if you're new here, don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell, because big things are coming on this channel. So until I see you all again, mad love to you all. Bye.